Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, Monday, November 21st, 2016, one of the top stories was the deadly school bus accident in Chattanooga, Tennessee. In case you missed it, on Friday, there was also a deadly school bus accident outside of Nashville, Tennessee. We'll look at that in a moment. The purpose of this video is to expose that this is made for TV propaganda. What we are actually looking at is a drill scene created for first responders, and instead of reporting it as a drill, they report it as a tragedy. And the reason they do this is because the psychopaths who run our media, who run our government, they are Freemasons. They believe in things such as order out of chaos. They like to create chaotic scenes and then a political agenda to go with it. You know, in 5 years' time, they might be making an argument that it's safer to have robotic bus drivers, these self-piloted automobiles. Anyway, just know that yesterday's news is 100% propaganda. There was no school bus wreck. I mean, just look at the scene that they give you. The story is that this school bus crashed on its own. There were no other cars or drivers involved, just simply driving out of control and wrapped the bus around a tree in the front home or in the front yard of a neighborhood, a residential home. I mean, just look at the street they're standing on. One lane each way. This is just a typical residential street. How does a bus traveling this way or that way wrap itself around a tree? Obviously a stage scene, obvious propaganda. Also, the people who run our media, they love to keep us in a negative mental state. Constant negativity, that's all the media ever promotes. Negativity, fear, death, disease, virus, it's nonstop. If you read the news stories yesterday or Friday from the other deadly bus accident, they both said the same thing. It's going to be hard for parents to send their children on the bus. This is what they want. They want people worried, fearful of constant threats that really aren't out there. This scene is so ridiculous, so over the top. The reason the media can get away with this is because they've been getting away with it, and people aren't calling the media on their obvious bullshit, their obvious fear-driven agenda. Again, let me take you back to September 11th, 2001, the last time I ever gave the media any credibility, and the last time anybody ever should have. Long before September 11, 2001, I saw that the media was fear-driven, agenda-driven. I saw there was no point in watching it unless you wanted needless anxiety. On September 11th, I had the last straw. They told us on that day, everybody who was watching with their ears and eyes open, they said that planes had been crashed into towers, into fields in Pennsylvania, the Pentagon. At every crash site, they could not locate the plane. They could not locate the bodies. They could not locate the luggage. But somehow at all these crash sites, they reported that they found paper passports belonging to the terrorists. You know, they couldn't find their bodies, but they found their paper passports. They said that they found their box cutter knives. They hijacked the planes with box cutter knives, and supposedly nobody fought back against that. I mean, give me a break. And adding insult to injury, a little racist touch, they said they found their cloth turbans. It was reported that day on September 11th, 2001. They couldn't find the planes made of steel, but, the engines, but they found cloth turbans, paper passports, and box cutter knives. So anyway, your media, it's always been garbage. It's always been propaganda. It's always been fear-driven. If you watch the news and accept anything as truth, you are truly a fool. So anyway, today, they give us a new detail. They tell us the name of the bus driver. They put out his image. They show that he's a black man. There's all this race war stuff going on. No doubt they know, the people who run the media, that when the programmed racists, so many people have been programmed to be hateful and racist by the TV. They know that the racists, when they see this, they'll say, oh, look at that, a black man. No wonder. No wonder. Meanwhile, the story's complete fiction. Meanwhile, there's probably hundreds of thousands of black school bus drivers who drive them perfectly safe every day. Look at what they say the name of this school bus driver is. I mean, nobody has this fucking name. Johnthony Walker. J.W. J's the 10th letter. W's the 23rd, 10 plus 23, 33. Guess what school bus equals in gematria? 33, which we'll get to. So let's just watch this bullshit news coverage. They even talk about how they prepare in drills for this. This is garbage. Here we go. Listen to the sad music.
A bus crash involving school children is every public safety professional's worst nightmare.
These Masonic assholes that you find running our police stations, running our fire departments, so often they create new names when they're media personalities. And pay attention to how much these Freemasons love to give people with the same initial, Fred Fletcher. The name Fred equals 33, like masonry, like secrecy. Guarantee you this guy is a Freemason asshole, probably getting paid his money to go before the media and lie. This is the network that sells us out every day, Fred Fletcher.
But it's also the thing that we all train for. And you have police, fire, EMS, and our partners out here doing everything they can to rescue victims and support the families of those who've already been treated.
I've seen mothers on the phone not knowing the status of their child, trying to figure it out.
Mothers. Have you ever heard the song Pink Floyd, Mother? One of the best songs ever written about how mother's going to put all her fear into you. And that's what mothers do all over this nation. Mothers watch the TV, they believe the lies, all they talk about are the lies, spreading the fear. I mean, this is almost everyone's mother throughout the nation. Constant fear, worry, anxiety.
I've seen mothers weeping who are just unable to walk, that they need people to help literally physically support them and keep them up.
Oh, thanks for that. So anyway, yesterday it was 6 dead, now it's 5 dead, numbers going all over the place. 5 has the same gematria as bus, which we'll get to. 6 children killed, yesterday's headline, before the new update with just 5. They're just making up the numbers, there's no children dead, relax. 6 children killed equals 72, just like school, just like Monday. This came on a Monday, everybody hates the Monday, whether you're a student or an employee. Monday means another week of in bullshit school, listening to your idiotic teacher teach you about Christopher Columbus and a bunch of shit you don't need to know again. For most people, it means grinding for the rest of the week at their dead-end job, which has no relevance in the world. If you could look at what the American people are doing from way zoomed out, most people are just doing absolute nonsense, like a mice running on a wheel, writing all this paper, documentation that nobody needs, learning about this shit that nobody needs. This is all part of the system we live in, keeping us so busy that we don't have time to really pay attention to what's going on in this world. Then before you know it, your whole life's gone. So anyway, they had to code their Monday school in there. The articles written on Friday with the bus crash and Monday said the same thing. Parents aren't going to want to send their children to school on the bus after this. That's what it's all about. So here was the breaking news yesterday. Fatal school bus crash in Tennessee. And just think, this would have been about the time that, kids were getting out of school. How do they get these stories out so fast as national news? The drill response team is there all dressed in orange. School bus equals 33 like false flag. And remember what a false flag is. It is something created to impact the psychology of people. Fear, anxiety, our media is a constant ongoing false flag. Always coding 33 in the propaganda too. Color orange, one of the only colors with 33 gematria, associated with emergencies. This happened in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Chattanooga has the same gematria as bus. And when you write out the word 5, what they're now saying is dead. 5 equals 42. Just look how fake that is. How could a bus ever get wrapped around a tree like that on a one-lane road? No reason to swerve. It just doesn't make any sense. None. It makes less sense than the lies of 9/11. I didn't take the time to decode all the names in this article. I'm sure all the coding's there. Look at the time the fire department puts out his tweet. 223, Masonic 223, one of their favorite numbers. 156 reshares, false flag equals 156. When you write out 33, it sums to 156. Here's the reporting from Friday in Tennessee. This bus wreck happened just outside of Nashville. This was the image they put out. Bus on its side on supposedly Interstate 65. This wreck happened on I-65 Friday, November 18th. A date with 65 numerology. It's also a date with a life lesson number 38 connecting to death. Nashville, Tennessee in gematria also has a connection to death. Death equals 118 in Jewish gematria. The students here, they were traveling from Chester County. Chester equals 33. Chester County. C's the third letter. CC 33. Chester 33. School bus 33. They said the Chester County Beta Club was on the bus. Probably something that doesn't even exist. Has the same gematria as tragedy. Again, same state, Friday, bus accident, then Monday, national news stories. Supposedly they were traveling to the Gaylord Opryland. Gematria of 187, homicide code in several states. The man in this story, his name Brian Haas, like Nashville, Tennessee. Got another guy in the story named Troy Kilzer. They said this happened at Briley Parkway. Gematria of 67, like Freemasonry. I mean, just look at the shot here. I mean, what kind of shot is this? You can just tell it's another drill, another photo opportunity, tilt over an old bus. You know, put out some little stretchers. It's just such a joke. We are being sold out by our government, by our media, by our first responders, from police to fire to paramedics, people that are paid for with taxpayer dollars. That's what our tax money goes to. Putting cops on the side of the road so they can write you needless tickets, create more needless traffic jams so more of your life's wasted on the road. Then what do? Go out in the media, make up fake tragedies from shootings to bus accidents? The only reason they can do this is because they see how blind and obedient the American people are, how gullible they are to fake news. Fake news that's so beyond fake, it's a mystery anyone's fooled by. Same mystery I've been trying to figure out since I was 18 years old. I couldn't understand why nobody saw through the lies of 9/11. I mean, we had a cokehead, retarded son of a former president as the president. I mean, shouldn't that have woken up people even before 9/11? I was only 17 when that happened. I was wide awake. Back to some more school bus crashes from recent headlines. The opening weekend of the NFL season, there was a mystery bus crash at the Denver airport. This past week, there was a mystery flight circling the Denver airport. Denver airport, big Freemason symbol in itself. Anyway, mystery bus crash at the Denver airport, and I saw some parallels in this story to the National Football League and the Denver Broncos, who were the defending champions. You know, this was the first week of the NFL season. By the way, Denver International Airport equals 137, the 33rd prime, school bus 33. Anyway, the weekend after this story, there was another deadly school bus crash, this time in Carolina. And where are the Carolina Panthers from, who were in the Super Bowl? Of course, they're from Charlotte, North Carolina. You know, one opening weekend of the NFL season, Denver bus crash. Week 2 of the NFL season, the second place team, the Carolina Panthers, another bizarre school bus crash story there. Before the NFL season even began, there was the mysterious Dallas Cowboys bus crash on the way to Las Vegas. I decoded that, showed what it had to do with the opening game against the New York Giants. Happened at milepost 42. Again, bus 42. Chattanooga 42. This story, they say it happened at Highway Bypass 74, Masonic 74. They were traveling to a location with a 42 connection. Look at how in this story out of Carolina, they say 4 people in the bus were killed and 42 others on the bus were taken to area hospitals. Bus 42. Bus equals 42. The Dallas Cowboys bus crash before the season began was at milepost 42. Again, Chattanooga 42. With regards to this coding of 52 in prophecy, in yesterday's reporting when they said 6 dead, initially before they changed it to 5, 6 when you write out sums to 52, just like Tennessee, just like prophecy. Same numbers showing up again and again in these routine hoaxes. They're drills reported as tragedies. This is what goes on again in media that is meant to propagandize us every day. From fake shootings at schools to malls to theaters, it's all the same thing going on. Drills being reported as tragedies. And if there's anyone watching this video who thinks this is a real wreck and I'm off my rocker, you really need to get your head examined. The American people need to get their head examined. Falling for lies every single day. Lies that couldn't be any more obvious. And often with a racial, divide and conquer element. Gotta laugh at this guy's name one more time. What is it? Johnthony Walker? Let's get the name gematria on his name real quick. Johnthony Walker. Something I forgot to do. See what we got here with Johnthony. Last thing, and then we'll close out Truth Seeker. What does Johnthony Walker equal? Let's do the alphabetic order. Johnthony Walker, 199. That's the 46th prime number. I see a parallel why they did that. It's about children dying. 199 is the 46th prime. The word children in Pythagorean gematria sums to 44. 6 children dead, now 5 children. The word sacrifice also equals 46. The big way sacrifice 73 using the alphabetic order. Let's see what Johnthony Walker is the small way. Perfect. Johnthony Walker also 73. The ignorant person's thinking, oh, because of this crazy bus driver, these children have needlessly been killed. Gotta wake up. Gotta wake up to what's really going on. There's no fatal school bus crash. There's no fatal shooting at Sandy Hook. There's no fatal shooting at these theaters you've heard about. They want to scare you constantly with death. It's one of the things that controls us all. We're all so afraid of death. Here we are on November 22nd. Why do so many people not speak out in this nation? Because through the propaganda they got over the years, they were told that when you speak out, that could be death. From JFK to MLK to Malcolm X. It's how they control you. Constant fear, intimidation. Until next time, Truth Seeker.